What's up, guys? Welcome to the Average AF Podcast. This is episode 68. I am here with Mr. Ryan Baker, as always.
Hello.
And again, I forgot to introduce myself, but I'm Adam McElroy. I guess I don't get any applause because our producer hates us.
You almost forgot yourself. So
I did. You right.
No
right.
applause given for that.
Yep. He looked at me and still didn't hit the button, but it's cool, you know. It's not like, we employ you for no pay or anything, so it is what it is.
It's all right. He's just a hater. He's not part of that, the Adaker.
Yeah, the Adaker Industries. Or the Cool Kids Club, so. But, yeah, thank you guys for checking out episode 68. We got an interesting episode. Did you just open your second bang?
Well, I didn't want to open it on air.
Yeah.
So I figured since it was open, I'd try it. That one's sugary, too.
They're both sugary, but they have no sugar.
That's crazy.
Fucking wild. But
that one tastes like a Jolly Rancher.
Yeah, I could see that. But yeah, this episode is going to be kind of interesting, kind of weird. There's
definitely a little all over the place.
Yeah, definitely all over the place. But that's kind of our
objective.
Our objective. See,
what we're here for.
Thank you.
I
appreciate that.
I'm missing words earlier.
Okay.
Almost everything out of typing, speaking, and then I literally have to help you with the word. That doesn't make sense.
Well, that's why you're here.
I hit record and I all of a sudden makes sense.
Game changer.
Right?
But yeah, so again, thank you guys for checking out episode 68.
We appreciate it.
I do want to mention we normally kind of don't reveal our guests for next week. We just kind of let it be a surprise when the episode
we
comes
never
out.
have. Actually, there's no normally.
Well,
don't normally.
I don't know.
See him,
but we usually post it on the Patreon who the guest is going to be. But next week I'm excited. Again, kind of like a couple weeks ago, it's like 95% confirmed. He said he'll do it, but just to follow up with him. But we should be having Jerry on next week.
All right.
And I'm super happy about that. I know a lot of listeners and a lot of people that are watching are gonna.
We look
enjoy
forward
that
to
episode.
it.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
But that's definitely going to be interesting having Jerry on for episode 69. And I didn't even realize that when I texted him about it.
That's going to be a blast.
It's so perfect.
Yeah. So we're going to have a lot of fun.
Be prepared for raunchy jokes and all types of crazy shit.
Actually,
probably.
Speaking of raunchy jokes, I do kind of want to plug the Patreon real quick because I forgot up until a couple days ago that there's actually a bonus episode on there of me and Jerry. It is audio only. And yeah, he was on episode 8. Is that what you're getting at? Yeah, but no, on the Patreon, there's an audio only episode of me and Jerry that is so wild we couldn't release it. So it's on the Patreon. You'll have to scroll back kind of far. I think this was in like March or April. So it was pretty far back there, but it's an hour-long episode of us just basically saying whatever we want because it's behind the paywall.
Right.
I think I introduced him as Bill Cosby, if I remember correctly.
Geez.
And he did a Bill Cosby impression. So that alone is
definitely
worth
checking it out.
Yes. So if anybody scrolls back that far and checks it out, let me know what you think because it's definitely wild. And we told people that this was going to be a bonus episode. And it got a little wild, right? So Jerry's mom decided to sign up.
Oh, geez.
And the day before we released it, he was like, hey, man, like, do you mind blocking her?
Is there any way you can block her?
Yeah, so I had to basically remove her Patreon subscription and refund her money. And I was like, you have to explain that to her. I'm not explaining anything.
Yeah, I'm not getting in the middle of that.
Yeah, so that's kind of how wild it was. He didn't want his mom listening.
Jeez.
And it's probably a good decision. But if you're on the Patreon or if you're new to the Patreon, definitely scroll back. Yeah. This week though, this episode again is kind of all over the place. We have a big surprise at the end that nobody is ready for, if we're being honest, but it's going to be fun.
I'm ready to get it over with.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. It's probably going to be painful.
It's going to be painful.
And it's going to cause some tears. But we decided to do this for you. Justin asked if it was going to be a bonus episode, and I said no. This is going to go on the regular episode.
Everybody gets to see our stupidity.
Yes, and I'm very excited about that. But to get into it here, man, obviously There's been a lot of craziness the last week or so. We kind of decided we don't really want to talk about specifics of what's been going on.
Right.
But because of the craziness, it made me think of some things. And a lot of people know this of me, but I kind of want to say it out loud because it's interesting. So, you know how, and I'm an asshole, we'll preface it with that. So, you know how, like, people say, like, oh, I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing with you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not. I'm laughing at people all the time.
First off, though,
that's always bullshit.
How many times have you seen people use that expression and the other person's not laughing?
Right.
So you're the only one laughing, and you're going to be like, I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing with you.
Yeah.
Nobody else is laughing.
Right. Well, it's just so great because, like, if, like, we talked about, like, the ass crack, picture and shit like that.
Yeah.
I laughed at that guy to his face. We both understood what was going on.
Like, I LOL'd in real life.
Yes. But it's just one of my favorite pastimes is to laugh at somebody.
Oh.
And I'll do it to your face and things like that. I mean no disrespect, but I am laughing at you.
Okay.
And how do you feel about that?
I mean,
I just like to be transparent. If I think you're stupid and doing something funny, I'm going to show it.
So, I mean, a laugh's... if it deserves a good laugh, it deserves a good laugh.
Yeah.
Is I think how I'm going to have to put that.
Okay.
Me
sounds
personally...
a lot better.
Me personally... I don't know. It's hard for me to laugh at people sometimes, unless it like literally makes me laugh out loud.
Right.
Unless
it's uncontrollable, basically.
Yeah, like what it did with you and the ass crack guy, like how you just uncontrollably like laugh, like you couldn't help it. That's understandable.
Right.
That deserves it.
Right.
That's earned.
Right.
Nobody can hate on you. Not even the person you're laughing at.
Right. And he knew that too.
Yeah, but just stupid shit, like petty shit, like some people I don't really just let it be.
Right.
Like I think some people nitpick at shit.
Yeah. See, my thing is like I hear what you're saying, like if it's uncontrollable or whatever, do it. My thing is, if it's even controllable, I'm still gonna do it.
You're still gonna do it.
Okay. If I feel like laughing at you, I'm gonna laugh at you.
Okay.
And I have yet to be punched for it.
Hey, so I feel you. Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought it was interesting with all the craziness going on. Like, I'm just like sitting on my phone and laughing like out loud at some of these people, like on social media and things like that. And it got me thinking, like, if they said this in real life, you know how everybody says like, oh, you wouldn't say that to me in real life, and like shit like that. Like, I think all of you guys know, if not already, I will.
Yeah, you will. You'll keep it real, 100.
I'll say it to you. And I'm not trying to be mean, but like, again, if it's funny and it makes me laugh, I'm going to laugh.
You got to keep it real, though.
Right. And that's me keeping it real.
Yeah, you always need that person. Yeah. And hell yeah. You
Sometimes
keep it real to anybody.
Yeah.
See, me, I keep it real with friends and shit like that. But, like, you, dude, it can be a stranger down the street. Like, bro, you need to take a shower. I don't.
Sorry, dude.
Never met you before in my life, but, bro, you stink. That's Adam. And see, and he would be doing this shit right here. He'd be laughing at him at the same time. That's exactly what would happen.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. I'd walk by and then look at you and be like, damn, he needs a shower.
Right. And I'd be like, hey, Baker said you need a shower.
You would too. You would call me out. But that would be you. But, people need that. People need the person to be real. Not the one to say, hey, Baker said you need to take a shower. You could just turn around and be like, bro, shower.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't throw you under the bus. I think you know that. But yeah, I just like to keep it real.
Yeah, and nothing wrong with that.
And yeah, if it's my real emotion, I'm gonna let it out. No matter what it is.
First off, let's look at it this way. Has there? It's almost like a Chappelle moment here. Has there ever been a time where keeping it real has gone wrong for you?
Not that I remember.
See, then why the hell stop?
Exactly.
Right.
Boom. But like I'm always.
I should be a lawyer.
I'm always curious, like if I would keep it this real, like if I was your size. I think I would. I think I would, cause.
But that's the thing. I talk shit too, though.
Right.
I do.
But see, there's a level to yours, like you said. Like you won't do it to a stranger.
Yeah, and I usually won't do it by myself.
Yeah, I'll do it to a stranger by myself.
Yeah. I may be more encouraged to do it to a stranger if I'm with somebody, like, for instance, you, that I know would,
encourage it.
Not only encourage it, but then have my back. And, even if you were like, dude, Baker, like, that was fucking stupid at the end, you'd still have my back and probably help me out. You wouldn't let me fail.
Yeah.
But because I would by myself, that's why I wouldn't do it.
I just, I don't know. I don't know if, again, I don't know if it's my size that kind of, makes me that way. But, like, I think if I was smaller, I would still do it.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're really good at de-escalating.
Okay. How so?
You're really good at talking people down because you just don't give a shit.
Yeah. Like, no, you don't need to punch me, man. You'll hurt your hand. Why would you do that?
you just don't get
Why would you do that? Like,
you could stupidly talk sense into him.
Right. Well, like, and it's funny too because actually, this is a story from episode 8 with Jerry on it. This one is a public episode, but like Jerry has actually punched me in the face before, and I laugh about it.
Okay.
Because long story short, he didn't really mean to punch me in the face, but he told a chick that he was going to come punch me in the face. There's a long story and stuff. But we were in the water, we were in a lake, and he's like, I'm going to go punch that motherfucker in the face. And he doesn't know this chick. He doesn't know this chick like that well. And he just walks out, and I've been in the water, and he goes to punch me in the shoulder, but I'm wet, and it slips off and hits me right in the jaw. And I just start laughing because I know he didn't mean it.
Oh, gosh.
But to her, she just saw him fucking walk out into this water and just
oh my god,
punch
he
his
really
best
did
friend.
it.
Yeah, punch his best friend in the face. So I always tell him that I get one punch and I'm gonna do it on his wedding day, pre-wedding pictures. And Asia does not appreciate that.
Oh,
but
I bet not.
It is the hardest I've laughed in one of your episodes ever.
And that was an early episode too. Yeah. He was our very first guest. Did you look? Is it episode 8? I think it is.
I will remember it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 8.
Okay. Yeah, episode 8 was definitely wild. But again, the audio only bonus episode on the Patreon.
Yeah.
We couldn't release, so if that tells you anything.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, but I just wanted to bring up, I like laughing at people, not with people. I mean, I will laugh with you.
I'll laugh with you, but
yeah.
I'd like to laugh at you more.
Yeah. So if you see me laughing and you're not finding it funny, just know that I am.
And more than likely it's about you.
It is what it is,
Don't forget that.
SOCKS. It is what it is.
Oh, my gosh. That's fantastic.
But I know you had a couple things you wanted to bring up.
Yeah. So one thing is, I know last episode with Kara, we talked a lot about like going to college and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have my thoughts on college and why I personally haven't gone to college. What are your thoughts? I mean, are you a type of person that feels like people should go to college like right after high school or?
Well, I don't know if it's a good idea to do it right after high school. I think if you're going to go, it would probably be a good idea to take a year off to kind of get your mind right and then like kind of really see how the world is before you jump into college. But for me, like I went to college. I was only there 2 years. I didn't get like my associates or anything like that. So essentially wasted my money for 2 years. But yeah, I don't know. College is important, I think, if you're going to be, like, a professional something.
Okay.
Like, something like Kara, like a mental health, counselor or maybe, like, even an accountant or something like that. Obviously medical kind of things like that. But,
right.
But I think if you're just going to be, I don't know. I really don't think it's that important because, like, for me personally, and this is just me and not everybody's the same. I know that, but I usually don't speak for you, but I can speak for you in this instance. Mm-hmm. Like we've both worked our ass off, for the last 10, 15 years, whatever the fuck it is in the workplace, whatever we're doing, and we don't have a degree or anything, and we're both now making pretty good money.
Right.
And you're 31?
Yeah.
31. I'm 28. I'll be 29 next month. So we're pretty young still. And I would say for our age group, we're pretty successful.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and it didn't take any college.
Right.
So it just kind of depends on who you are, what field you go in, and kind of things like that. What are you good at? Like for me, I think I'm pretty good at communication, and you know, kind of customer service, but again, kind of keeping it real. Like, you know, I'll put on my customer service, you know, voice and face and stuff like that. But I'm gonna
smile when needed.
Yeah, but I'm gonna keep it real with you, and like that's why I can't be a salesman. You know what I mean? Like I can't do it because I'm too real. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
can't fake it the whole
piece
time.
Of shit.
Yeah, like I would feel bad. Like if I sold somebody a piece of shit and then they're back like in a month saying like the fucking fender fell off.
All right. Oh, this is horrible.
I can't be like, oh, well, sorry, like no warranty.
It's
like,
not my fault.
Yeah, I would feel like a douche.
Great sales.
Would you Would you like this sweeper?
Right. Would you like this duct tape?
Yeah, I'm sorry the last product sucked, but here's this.
Right. No, I couldn't be a salesman. But yeah, I think college is good for, like I said, more like professional stuff. Yeah. Obviously lawyers, medical, things like that, but.
So my whole thought process on it, now this would be like if the world was perfect type shit.
Right.
But I think it would work a lot better down the road with a lot of people. If they taught more into the workforce in school.
Right.
Like what to do for the workforce, because now mind you, I don't really know much about a resume, but I know how to find out a resume and I know how to fill one out. Like I can't sit there and tell you right off the top of my head how to do it and all that shit, right?
Right.
But I can find one and I can make it my own, right? A lot of kids, when I was a recruiter at StarTech, like they had no like work ethics, and I'm not knocking them whatsoever, but like they just were never taught it. Like it's just not taught anymore.
Right.
So I feel like basics should be taught before anybody proceeds to anything else.
Yeah.
But when it comes to college, for instance, a lot of people I feel like go to college and don't utilize the degree that they went to college for.
Right.
They may get a job or they may get a position because they have an associate's degree or a bachelor's degree.
Right.
But it doesn't matter what the hell you have it in. It's because you have it.
Right.
I feel like you need to go to high school, get a job, find out what you like, what you're good at, whether it's like culinary, whether it's business management or customer service or something of that, medical, some shit like that. Find out what you're good at and then go to school, pursue that stuff. Because then if you already like it and you have a job in it, you've started when you're, 16 or 18. Let's say 18, to be fair. You're working in that field, and now, you got a taste of it. Now you're going to school for it. It's going to make it a little bit easier because you have an understanding because you've been in it.
Right.
And then boom.
Well, that kind of speaks to my college experience to, somewhat, because I went for psychology and I love that kind of stuff. I'm fascinated with it. But I think it's Dan Cummins. He's a comedian who actually was in our old intro. If you've been listening for a while, he, is part of our intro. So that's super cool. But he said something along the lines of like, it turns out, being fascinated with crazy people isn't enough to get a psychology degree. Like, he's like, I'm just fascinated with people, and he has a bachelor's or something like that in psychology.
Right.
But he's a stand-up comedian.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he's like, yeah, just being fascinated with crazy people, like, that doesn't mean I should be a psychiatrist.
Right. No, and that's the thing. Like, I don't think it should be, if, for instance, me and you.
Right.
To your point, dude, I'm 31. I have my own home.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm very successful for the age that I am, and
you said mansion wrong, by the way.
Oh, my bad. I have a mansion that I own. But I don't have any college under my belt.
Right.
None.
Right.
Like, and I feel like I'm very successful.
Off.
Thank you.
Well, it's not really like a show off thing.
Yeah.
And I know you're joking, obviously, but like you worked your ass off.
Yeah.
And you didn't need college in the field that you decided to work in.
And I feel like due to the fact that I didn't have to drown myself in that type of debt,
right,
that I was able to make those types of changes as well. But I mean, if I need it down the long run, would I mind going to college? No, but it would be for something I like.
Right.
But I've been in management for, God, the last 6 or 7 years, probably, in my work career.
Right.
And I've never needed a degree.
Right.
To get me where I need to be.
Well, yeah, if you have long-term management on a resume, like, you know, I've got probably 3 or 4 years of management, but then I think 3 years of training too.
Yeah.
So, like, both of those look real good on a resume, whether you have a degree or not.
Absolutely.
And, like, again, like, as far as maybe taking some time off before you go to college or whatever, the way I relate to that is because, again, like, I went for psychology, and it was cool, and it was fun, but, like, I shouldn't have went for psychology.
Yeah.
Like, if I would have waited a little while, I probably would have went to some type of business, some type of, like, marketing, something along those lines. And I only recently found that out with starting the podcast, to be honest with you. Once we started the podcast, like, it was just a fun little thing that we were doing, but then I realized, okay, you know, I'm taking this really seriously. I'm trying to post about it more. I'm trying to do this. You know, I'm making small investments. We're upping equipment, like, blah, 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 blah. And eventually, like, I'm like, okay, well, you know, I'm, like, running ads on, like, Facebook and stuff like that, and I'm like, okay, well, what demographics are we hitting? Like, you know, and kind of studying
you
this
were
shit.
super. Yeah, that is kind of cool though.
And like, that's a very small level, you know. But again, like, between like all of this stuff that you're seeing, like, podcast wise, like mics, camera, you know, just even like, you know, the computer, the mixer, the lights, like all that kind of stuff is YouTube. Like, I literally learned all of it on YouTube. The system,
because you got an
using,
interest
like,
into it.
Yeah, exactly. But that's my point, and I think your point as well. Like, it's okay to go after high school if you already know what you're into. But I think you might get better results if you take a year or two off and kind of go from there. For me, it took 10 years to find out what I'm into.
Yeah, but this is something that makes you happy.
Right, exactly. Yeah. But now if I can take that and go to college and now get some more education of how to properly market, how to properly strategize, how to
agreed,
blah, 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 we can potentially even expand from there.
Yep. Agreed. And I think that's the same for me, and I would love to go into, if I were to go into school, it'd be business management. I mean, from going to where I was to where I am, I mean, it's two completely different environments. Right. And the second environment, you know, the warehouse or the fulfillment center that I work in, I've never stepped foot in one of those before ever.
Right.
And to be there in the amount of time that I am, and to, you know, potentially get promotions and things of that nature, like it seems like it's almost all the same no matter what you do when it comes to the management level.
Right.
And that's what I really like. I like seeing that. I like seeing the difference in things, and okay, let's tweak this. Let's try this. Okay, what if we do this? What makes it happen over here? And I like seeing the way that the trickle effect and shit like that.
Well, like that's how it was when I worked at the factory too, because I'd never worked at a factory before. We were making like glass windshields for cars and things like that, and there's obviously, you know, furnaces that are like 1100 degrees and like pressing shit, and like like if it had one tiny scratch in it, you can't use it on this huge piece of glass and things like that. And because of my management experience, I got hired into that job, one, because I knew the guy hiring, and two, because of my experience, I got hired in as a supervisor. I don't know shit about this job.
Right.
I don't have any background with it or anything like that. The guy literally posted a status and said, hey, who has, you know, management experience and needs a job or whatever. And I literally posted a GIF, and I, you know, just kind of joking around.
Like I do.
It said, pick me. Yeah, like, just because we're cool like that and things like that. And he messaged me. He said, hey, man, are you serious? Do you need a job? And I was like, I mean, I was just kind of joking, but like, what's up?
Right.
And he offered it to me, and like, I went in for an interview, and he's like, cool, well, can you start in a week or two? And I'm like, fuck yeah.
Let's do it.
And it you know, it increased my salary by like 13 grand.
Yeah, good.
You
amount.
know, yeah, like a lot. Yeah, like it was a good like $8 more an hour, plus all this overtime and things like that. And it was because of, again, not because I went to college.
Right, because of your knowledge.
Because I worked my ass off at previous jobs and got into management, got into training, ended up meeting this guy there.
Yeah.
And we had worked together, so he knew that we would be a good fit for this new place, even if I didn't have any knowledge of it.
Yeah.
And, you know, I had to learn it all from day one. But to your point, management in general is kind of the same. Like, it's more of a, I don't want to say like a philosophy, but like kind of a philosophy of how to manage. Yeah. And then you just adapt as needed.
And you can. And I mean, it is. It definitely is. And to your point, I mean, I think not only do we have the experience, but we had such amount of an experience in such a short amount of time.
Right.
That I think they can look at that too and be like, damn, they really do adapt. Like, okay, they not only did they start from scratch and go from here, but then they went to here, then here, then here.
Right.
Like, damn, they didn't stop.
Right.
That also lets them know, like, okay, he's hungry too. Like, he's not gonna stop. He wants to continue to grow. So I to your point, I think it means a lot to have that on your resume.
Right.
Versus, it's a lot better to have that than a degree.
Right. A degree is nothing if you have no experience.
Yeah.
Not that it's nothing, but...
Yeah, me personally, if you have a degree with zero, like, work experience, I'm more than likely going to lean towards the work experience.
Yeah, the person that's been doing it for years, whether you have a certificate or not.
Yeah, I don't give a shit if you went to school for 8 years. If you have no experience in it, like, none of it, like, no.
Right. What's
so
up?
I always used to give, like, when I used to look at resumes and people that used to take 10 years to get a job, used to laugh at that. Like, I got a degree. Why would I wait?
Yeah.
It's like, well, experience matters.
Yeah, it definitely does. And, like, I don't know. I would rather, you know, do it than to do it and learn while doing than to just learn and then hopefully it translates into doing later.
Yeah.
Like, so it is what it is. But I mean, I think college is still good, but especially with like the internet, man, with social media, with all that kind of stuff, like for real, like, you know, everybody's a big fan of like trade schools and things like that. And, you know, they're great and they're definitely helpful and things like that. But like a lot of that, it's not the same, but a lot of that you can just learn on YouTube.
Yeah.
You really can. Not necessarily like cars and stuff, like the intricacies of everything and things like that you probably need to go to a school for, but like if you're trying to be a carpenter or an electrician or whatever,
you can
like
definitely look at that
stuff start an apprentice, you know, be an apprentice somewhere. Between that and YouTube, you're gonna take off. You just got to put in the effort. Got to put in the work.
I agree. And yeah, I mean, I think college is definitely a great thing. And I mean, even to your point, if you start doing that stuff and you start getting like a little apprenticeships and things of that nature and have the knowledge, you can go to college, dude, and you become insane.
Right.
When it comes to like an electrician or something of that nature. Right. But yeah, I mean, I definitely think college is important, but I feel like you need to know which route you want to take before you take it, for sure.
And like again with the podcast and stuff, like obviously we're, you know, in the grand scheme of things, we're still new to this. Yeah. I mean, you've only done 15 episodes, maybe something like that.
That's insane. I can't believe it's been that many already.
And I've only done, you know, I mean, it's less than a year and a half, and that's nothing in comparison to other podcasts.
Right.
But at the same time, I feel, I don't want to say like we're professional or anything like that. Obviously, we still got a lot of learning to do and things like that, but like, you know, the setup that we got, the knowledge that we got, the, you know, how we approach certain things, the strategies that we were talking about like earlier, like, okay, well, what are we going to do for this goal with the Patreon, and like, how are we going to, you know, make things good for our Patreon members. I just sent out messages to all the Patreon members and was like, hey, you know, I hope you're enjoying the Patreon. If you have suggestions, let me know. If there's something more you want to see, let me know, and kind of things like that. Because, like, I want to be, you know, I want to cater to them. But
absolutely,
at the same, you know, and I think at this point, like, we have a lot to offer in the sense of a podcast and in the sense of knowledge. Like, there's a couple other podcasts that that are kind of local and that I know personally, and I've helped them with some things here and there, you know. But, like, I just feel like I have a lot of knowledge in the topic, and it's all YouTube.
Yeah.
It's all YouTube and practice.
Right. Practice is the biggest thing.
Right.
Like constantly doing it over, like even the repetition of things like that. Like even no matter how many times you do it, you can probably always find a little way faster or something new while you're doing it. Or actually, this one sounded better when I did it this way. Or and that's the cool thing about doing it as well, is that it's not always the same thing. There's always tweaks that you can do to it.
Right.
Always ways to make it better. So I mean, it's definitely something that's really cool to get into by yourself too, and learn a lot on your own. And
well, like I was thinking, like, well, there's no college degree for podcasting, right?
Yeah,
but there is for broadcasting. Yeah, and it's kind of the same thing. You know, we're kind of like on the radio, we're doing a show and kind of things like that.
Yeah.
So again, we're putting in the experience of that college degree or whatever. Like, I'm curious, like, would a radio, radio station or, ESPN or something, would they rather have somebody that has a 4-year broadcasting degree, or would they rather have somebody that already has a successful 200 episode podcast or something like that?
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So college is good. Don't get me wrong, but like, there's certain avenues for it, I think. And I don't think it's for everything.
I agree.
I guess.
I agree. And that's the thing too, though. I mean, if, for instance, let's say that that's a dream that you want to go down. You want to be like a broadcaster, right?
Right.
You don't technically need the college for it if you're just going to want to be on ESPN or something like that. So why in the hell would you go through the 4 years of college, put yourself through that debt,
right,
and come to find out your dream job, you don't need it.
Right. Well,
what good is it for you then?
Well, that's the thing. Again, like, to that point, like, if you did 4 years of college, and got your degree or whatever, or you did a weekly podcast for 4 years, that's 200 and some episodes.
Right.
Like, that shows progression of where you started, where you are now, what you implement as far as, video editing and kind of things like that. Like, and I've learned a lot about editing and software and cameras and lighting, and obviously, still kind of a base knowledge, like nothing crazy, but I've
gained that knowledge.
Yeah, I've done a ton of research, so now I can have a decently, I don't want to say high level, but like a decently medium level conversation about these things, all from YouTube.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But not only that, if when people are speaking with you, you now kind of understand what they're talking about as well, so you're not looking like,
right,
like I would be.
Right.
But no, I mean, it's, and, I'm not saying that I'm not saying college is a bad idea.
Right.
But to your point, I mean, I think it's not really necessary at all times.
I agree.
So, but I don't know.
Again, it is what it is.
It is what it is. We're just, that's just us.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously, like for Kara's, job, I want you to go to college for that job.
Yeah.
I don't want you to try to, be a mental health counselor for kids from K to 12 because of some videos you learned on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I think really anything in the medical field is definitely college worthy.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, to your point, it's kind of like that. There's some things that you don't really need college for, but there's some things where you definitely, no matter what, you could start that fresh out of high school.
Right.
If you know you want to be a nurse, if you know you want to be a doctor,
right,
start fresh out of high school.
Right.
But if you don't really know, you're undecided, you don't know what the hell you're leaning towards, dude, just take a year off, to your point.
Right.
Like, go out there and see what the hell there is.
Right.
Get a couple jobs here and there, find out what you like, and go from there.
Well, it's like the Gary Vee approach, man, for real. Like, that has helped me so much over the last couple years of learning about Gary Vee and stuff, because he's always preaching, like, you got plenty of time. And that's how I feel. Like, even, so say we do this podcast for, 5 more years, and then it starts to blow up, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going to be 33.
Right, I'll be 36.
Right, like, we still have plenty of time.
I'm just going to be old.
Well.
That's all right. Somebody's got to be.
Yeah, somebody's got to be the dad of the group. But, like, it's, we have plenty of time, and like, I think I've talked about this before too on a previous episode. I think it was a long time ago though, so it's worth bringing up again. I asked my parents probably, I don't even know, like 10 years ago at this point, like, how do you afford everything like that, that you're doing and things like that? Because like, they don't make a ton of money, but they make okay money or whatever. They're living comfortably. And she was like, well, you got to realize we had to work our ass off until we were 40. And then once we hit about 40, then everything started to be paid off. All the cars started to get paid off. The house started to get paid off. This started to get paid off. And she said, you'll get to a point to where you no longer need more things, and they're all getting paid off. And then now the only bill you have is your electricity, your gas, and like your utilities. And then you start to fucking roll in the bank. Mm-hmm. And she's like, it's just a long game. I'm like, man, like that's such a good perspective to have, because we still have so much time. And like, everybody now wants to get married when they're 22 and have kids when they're 24 and, have the perfect life and move into a house by the time they're 30. And like, if that's your life and you can do it, that's fine and that's great. But at the same time, like, I don't want people living up to society standards.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Because that's where people get into a lot of trouble, is like, well, I'm supposed to have my shit together. I'm almost 30. No, fuck that. You're supposed to have your shit together when you get your shit together. Until then,
there's no
learn
time
and
for
progress.
It. There's no time for it, and that's
Uh-oh.
I'm not gonna get into it because it's personal.
Okay.
But people have different views on things like that. Like, we've been in a relationship for X long, so we should be married, or
right.
We need to be high school sweethearts, and all high school sweethearts get something at this age. And you know what I'm saying? Like, to your point, it's all about living up to society. And no, it's like, you just do things when you feel as though you want to do things.
Right.
Like, I'm not society. Society wasn't based off of my life. It's based off of other people's lives. And like, no, it's not everybody's like that. So to your point, man, just live your own life. do you.
Right. Yeah. You just gotta go at your own pace. We got plenty of time. Even if you start a new career at 30, and then, like, say you start a podcast at 30 and you do it for 10 years and you finally start to blow up. Guess what? You're only 40.
I started at 31.
Imagine retiring from the workforce at 40 because we put in 10 years of work on the podcast. Our Patreon's massive, and we can just quit our jobs.
Yeah.
And then we do this for a living.
But not only that, dude.
You know?
In it for the long game.
Yeah, the long game, for sure.
But not only that, like, me personally, like, I enjoy the hell out of this, right? But I'm not weighing on this as to be like my lifeline and stuff like that. I personally like do this because I don't do anything other than work.
Right.
Like, this literally gets me out of my house.
Right.
Like, and it's not like a knock on trying to get out of the house, but like, I work and I go home.
Right.
Like, that's about it. That's my life. And, like, it gives me something to actually do, which is nice.
Right.
And, dude, if we got, like, rich and famous off it, that would be freaking sweet.
Right.
Like, I would not sit there and be like, oh, well, I don't want it because I didn't want this as a job. Hell no. Give me that fame and shit. Like, I'll take it, but.
Imagine being a podcaster at 40. Like, it sounds kind of weird, but doing 2 shows a week, Patreon money, ad money, and you're fucking living.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'd love it.
That's fucking great. And I don't want to say that's the goal. Like, it's kind of the goal, but to your point, like, I still got to work, and like, this is my number one priority in the sense of hobbies and potentially, I guess, trying to make it or however you want to phrase it. But my number one priority in kind of my real life is like my real job. Like, I got to take that shit seriously. I got to grind that shit, try to get promotions and blah, 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 blah. And then that way, if this doesn't work out and it stays a hobby for 10 years, then so be it. It's fun. It gets us out of the house. Or for me, it gets me in a different room in my house. And it's just all new.
Which, speaking of promotions and stuff, dude, I got an interview on Tuesday.
Yep. You told me about that.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Pumped.
Good luck. Good
Thank
luck.
You.
But, well, I guess since you brought that up, there's you and basically one other person, right? That's kind of going for this position, or a couple
from my shift, as far as I know.
But you're the seasonal soup, right?
Yeah, but in my eyes, that shouldn't mean anything.
In a fair world, you're right.
I should definitely. Let me take that back. It shouldn't mean anything. Should I have the leg up? Yes.
Because you have the experience.
Because I have the experience and I was given the opportunity as a seasonal supervisor. So I feel as though, yes, I should have the leg up if I performed my job well.
Right.
Which I feel as though I have.
Right.
So it would be up to them. But that's the important part, if I perform my job well. Because I feel like some people will take having that title to their head.
We've all seen it.
Yeah, and so I think when you say that, it also needs to be added with the performance of that job.
Right.
So yes, I feel like I have the leg up, but I've got the performance to back up.
Right. And it's good that you're staying humble and everything like that too, you know. And it's the reality of it. It's possible that you might not get it.
Yeah.
But on paper, it looks like you're the best candidate right now.
Yeah.
Again, comes down to their opinion, their views, you know, and kind of things like that. It could go whichever way, you know, it goes. But to kind of wrap this whole topic up, like, that person may have been in management school, you know, or has a degree in some type of management, but you have the experience.
Right.
So, you know, I don't know if they do or not.
And the thing is, too, I mean, like, I could be going up against a lot of people. Like, I've been there 1 year and 8 months.
Right.
1 year and 7 months right now, actually. But, so I'm going up probably against a lot of people that have tenure. Mm-hmm. But to your point, I have that experience. First off, I came into the job with, you know, as an outsider.
Right.
Into a leadership role, like right underneath the supervisor. And then, you know, shortly got promoted into a seasonal soup, and then, you know, hopefully, you know, getting into a supervisor position.
Right.
Like, it's all about how bad do you want it?
Right.
The experience that you have, what you can bring to the table with your previous experience and your knowledge. So to your point, I think previous titles, tenure, I think all of that shit kind of needs to be cut out the window when you're looking for management. Right. Just due to the fact it's what the hell have you brought to the table?
Right. Well, again, like, back to the analogy of, like, you know, broadcasting degree versus 200 episodes on a podcast. If our podcast fucking sucks, it doesn't matter that you have 200 episodes. You're getting 6 views a week. You know what I mean? Like, it comes back to the work and, you know, the marketing and the strategy and, you know, bringing it all together to make it, you know, make that actual experience more than just a title.
Oh, agreed.
All right, guys, a little break in the action here to shout out our Patreon producers and our small business sponsor. We will start with the producers first.
Get it.
Taylor Sabo, Tom Pullem, Sarah, Richard Barili, Steve Hardy, Teach a Dummy Podcast, repping their merch, Nate Collins, and we did just add a brand new Patreon producer, Mr. Joel Claypool.
Thank you, Joel.
Yeah, thank you for signing up. Me and Joel have been friends for a long time. We haven't communicated in quite a while, so working on rekindling that friendship.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you for showing some love, Joel. We really appreciate it.
And to the others as well, thank you all for your love and support.
Yep, and thank you to all of our Patreons and really just all of our listeners, everybody that watches every week, everybody that supports us. We can't thank you enough. We can't do this without you.
Absolutely.
And hopefully you're about to enjoy what's coming up next after this.
And big shout out to the small business, right? Yep. Brubaker, BRUBAKER photography.
Cheating.
I got them. Check them out on Facebook. They've got a lot of cool fall photos on there, actually, that look pretty dope.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. So check them out on Facebook. Like them, share them. Invite your friends in the community to like them as well.
Yep.
But show them love since they show us love.
Yep, absolutely. It's facebook.com/BrubakerPhotography1. That's their direct link. And that link is actually in the description of all of our episodes, too.
Yes.
So just scroll down a little bit, and you can click it there.
On that.
And then the last thing I want to say, we do have some small business sponsorship opportunities, too. They're $25 or $50 a month, depending on basically what you need us to do. And we will shout out your small business every week to all of our listeners and things like that. But, the holidays are coming up, guys. If you know anybody that's trying to boost their Twitch stream, trying to boost an Instagram account, their small business, whatever it is, a good way to show their small business love is to buy some sponsorship opportunities.
Absolutely.
So, Brubaker Photography, their Facebook page has blown up. I believe we've doubled it in size since they've joined with us. So, that's all on patreon.com/averageafpodcast. And then all that stuff includes all of our bonus episodes and behind the scenes and all that kind of stuff too. It comes with that subscription. So,
yep.
Thank you guys again for all of your support. Back to the action.
For sure.
Yeah, we talked about that for a minute. I like it though.
I do too. Dude, one last thing before we get into this stupid ass thing that we talked about that we're doing. I don't want to. Crazy.
Uh-oh.
Freaking Oregon.
Yeah. Yep. I was wondering.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Like, you decriminalized drugs.
Yeah, all of them.
It's not just like let's decriminalize marijuana.
Right.
You decriminalize drugs.
That's the first thing I thought of was Joe Biden's son is moving to Oregon.
You had to get that one out.
Yeah, I had to. I thought it was funny. And
all right.
I haven't seen a meme of that or anything yet. So
God, it's crazy.
But
yeah, I saw that was going on with Oregon, and then 4 more states that were added to legalization of marijuana.
It's a crazy world.
Yeah,
I think it is a good idea in the sense of jump starting the economy, but the problem, especially with what Oregon did, which in other countries, it actually shows improvement if you do that, but then fund better rehab and better counseling and kind of things like that. I don't know if you can do that in a state, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. But I think it is a good way to jumpstart the economy after COVID and things like that. So,
yeah, you got a point.
But Oregon, it's going to be hard to take that back. You know what I mean?
I don't know if there's going to be any taking that
Well,
back.
that's what I'm saying. They jumped into the shark-infested water.
Yeah, there's no...
I don't know if you're getting out.
Well,
you better hope you can swim.
I think why they did it is so you can actually test all the drugs so you can safely get somebody help.
Well, that's how they do it in other countries. Is it maybe Denmark? I don't remember, but...
Probably Amsterdam.
Maybe. Aren't they close? I don't know geography. I'm dumb. But
I don't know.
But
it's overseas. We're Americans.
Yeah, America. There's something.
It's in one of the 14 continents. I'm just...
Thank you, Baker.
But yeah, they legalized it in this certain country, and there's actually designated areas to do certain drugs. Just because there's people going to be watching, they can...
Yeah, I've seen things like that too, where they've got specific groups that'll go out there, like heroin users and stuff. They'll have groups out there with clean needles and being able to talk to you about it. And
it's so weird, but
it definitely is. But I feel like it may help.
Yeah, I don't hate the idea just because I'm open minded and I like that people can make their own decisions.
Yeah.
And get potentially proper help. I hope that kind of bill or whatever came with more funding to these rehab centers and, whatever it might be. But as long as that's the case, I'm open to see it. I'm not going to be probably going to Oregon anytime soon.
Right.
But, it
is what it is.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, so.
I don't want to.
Yeah,
we're not taking a little one either.
Yeah, no. So if you didn't see it on the camera right there, I'm not sure if you did or not, but we talked about it a couple weeks ago. The Carolina Reaper cheese balls that Baker gave his 11-year-old.
This is stupid.
So he brought some. Woo! And you've had a half of one, right?
Yeah.
I haven't had any. Are you trying this, Justin?
I want to take one.
Okay, Justin's gonna try it.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking one.
Do you mind?
Idiot.
Do you mind going to get us milk real quick?
I got you. Right back.
You got to take your headphones off, bro.
I know.
Don't take them with you.
There should be cups on the counter right next to it. Little clear cups. Man, I don't know if I want to do this, but it was kind of my idea. So the problem is, and we do this for you guys, by the way. This is just for content, just to make. Yeah, don't like touch your eyes or anything like that. I don't know if he's gonna be able to get that there. Here, give me that one.
You pussy.
Or hand me that one then.
I already touched this.
He's not gonna be able to get it over there. So there's Justin's.
Or do you want to give him a better one?
Nah, it's fine. But the problem is we got to keep talking through this. We can't just be fucking silent. Oh, God. Oh, no.
He wants to be Mr. Tough Guy.
Yeah, sorry, Justin. He's going to see this on the playback and hate us.
Yeah, he is not going to know anything about this.
I see that
you
one.
See it?
Yeah. Damn.
Oh, my God.
All right. So... Real quick, if you're listening to the audio only, I suggest that you pause right here and go to the YouTube. Also, while you are on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Yes. Justin, there's your cheese ball.
Look,
Thank
he got
you for
a
that.
cool Red Bull too.
Thank you. I appreciate you. You the MVP. Go ahead and pour those up.
Oh gosh, this is stupid.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting.
This one's for you, Jaslyn.
Yeah,
I love you.
Again, the hard part is gonna be doing this and then, talking through it and hopefully still making decent content.
Oh my gosh.
Now I wanted to ask you guys, what do you think? Because I don't want to eat this and then just chug milk. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, we got to see who... We got to last as long as possible, dude.
Okay, without any
First
milk?
one to take drink of milk's a bitch.
Okay, so...
But hold, dude, don't close that milk.
Yeah, we're going to need it.
I'm sitting over here for you.
When
Okay.
I start...
drink milk before and then eat.
Oh, you're going to drink it before?
Yeah.
You're going to coat your mouth with the milk?
Yeah, don't do that.
Why?
Because you're cheating.
Nobody said anything about
Yeah, well, it's man code.
Dude, my mouth is watering so bad right now.
God.
Here, I'll leave this right here.
I mean, you can have it, just... Oh, God.
Okay, let's go.
All right, so I'm going to bring up a timer. Okay, you got your cheese ball?
Right
Okay. So I want to
Has
say...
everybody got a hold of their balls?
No. I want to say,
They're sucked up.
regardless, we cannot take a drink of milk for at least, what, 2 minutes? 3 minutes?
2 minutes. Dude, I'm
3
not
minutes?
2 minutes.
2 minutes?
Why are you saying 3?
3 minutes? 2 minutes?
2. Stop going to 3.
3? 4 minutes?
2.5.
7 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
5 minutes. 5 minutes is a long fucking time. I'm thinking 2 minutes.
What do you have to talk about?
I don't know.
We just
Oh,
have to.
well-
We just have to talk through
You
it.
can't drink anything for 2 minutes either.
Well, it's not going to be silence.
Well, right. We'll talk.
It's gonna be silent for a second while I eat this and go on fire.
Yeah. We're gonna. Oh shit. Okay. So 2 minutes, and you gotta. Let's put a.
Oh, dude, you gotta chew it.
You gotta chew it. You can't just fucking swallow it. No cheating, because I know you're a cheater. No cheating.
Chew the whole thing and
Chew
swallow
it. You gotta do at least like 10 chomps. You know, like a normal chew.
Yeah. It's
All right.
watering.
Oh God. All right. Are you guys ready?
No.
Hold on. Time out.
This is
All right.
stupid.
Let's go. Oh man.
Oh,
I already don't like this.
it's already hot.
Yeah. Oh man.
How long's it been?
10 seconds.
Oh, that's horrible.
Oh man. It's okay. No, I think I can manage. I am definitely crying.
That's hot as shit.
I'm definitely crying. Oh man. Justin's the hot sauce king, so
That's okay.
he's all right over there. My tongue physically hurts.
I can't feel my throat.
Oh man.
It's more the top of the mouth.
I don't know, man. I don't know. We're at 45 seconds, so
Okay.
we got another minute.
Oh my god.
I think I'm okay. I will prefer to drink this milk here in a minute,
Dude, it's
but
so crying.
he's definitely crying.
You're shaking. You okay?
No.
Okay.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Jeez.
you can see.
One of us is being dramatic.
Yeah.
Oh man, I just got a second hit of it. Oh man.
It's the powder.
Oh yeah, somebody's being dramatic. No, it's not.
I don't even have any tears running down my face. They're still in my eyeballs.
Sweat.
Yeah, that's going to start. Mm-hmm. We're going to need a decent break before the bonus episode. Mm-hmm. Baker's dying.
This is stupid.
I was going to get one of those one chip challenge things, but I think one of you said you already did it.
You took a chunk of it. Oh, God.
Which one's hotter, Carolina Reaper or Ghost Pepper?
Reaper.
This is great content. Put your hand down so people can see you crying.
Yeah, let's see your face. Oh, buddy, your face is red.
Oh, man. Definitely don't touch your eyes. We are at 2 minutes, sir.
Okay.
That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I will say.
Don't give this to children.
Yeah, don't give this to 11-year-olds, please. I want to wipe my face, but I'm.
Yeah, go wash your hands.
I'm nervous.
As Sean Evans would say, be careful around the eyes.
Yes.
Excuse me. Oh, that tasted.
Well, there's no powder on the back of my hand, so. Oh man.
Oh, it just coats it.
It does.
Oh, this is.
One of us got it way worse.
That one?
Well,
I think he's just being a little bitch.
Yeah, I mean, he took that one like a champ. Wait, do you want this?
Please.
Right here?
I can't. Oh my gosh.
Justin, do you want to take this back to the fridge, please?
I mean, it still needs to be cold, right?
What?
Still needs to be cold, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We should make sure that goes
I mean, it's definitely, there's definitely still some pain on my tongue. Not going to lie.
Dude, it's on the side of my mouth and on the bottom of my throat.
But, it's more of a pain thing. It's not, it's so hot that it just physically hurts. It's not actually hot.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say that other than that.
It burns.
I mean, I'm still feeling it for sure.
Starts to mess with your head, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not going away, and that's the problem.
Yep.
This is insane. I don't understand how people like this shit.
Right.
Because it's fun.
But see, I couldn't do this on food and just want to eat dinner of wings or something. Maybe, take a bite or a cheese puff or whatever it might be.
Dude, it hurts to breathe right now.
Do you feel like a dragon?
Oh, dude, that would suck because it hurts to exhale for sure.
Yeah, my mouth still fucking hurts. My tongue definitely fucking hurts.
I'm trying to breathe out of my. Oh God, it sucks either way. Whether you breathe out of your nose or your mouth.
Yeah, I think I'm good, but
I think I should have bought a gallon.
That's all you, man. I'm good. Man. Yeah, I mean, it was not fun, I'll tell you that. And we do this for you guys.
I'll tell you what, I'm not doing that shit again.
It just fucking hurts. I feel like somebody just pierced my tongue.
I'm not going to look forward to pooping.
Oh, man.
I know it's way TMI, but
that's what they wanted to hear, though.
I'm definitely not looking forward to pooping.
See,
You're
after
welcome,
the milk,
Jackie.
Right.
To be continued on that one.
Oh man. Ooh.
This freaking sucks. I cannot get it out of my throat. The freaking.
Well, after a drink, I feel fine, and then it just slowly builds
right back
up. How you feeling?
Dude, I need a freaking tissue.
We have none. Are you gonna? He just burped. Justin, how you feeling?
I'm good.
Good.
Yeah.
It's freaking insane. I'm angry.
I'm not feeling the greatest, but I'm all right.
Thank God we did this at the end of the episode.
Yeah. There's no. Imagine you talking about college right now.
I would have said kids stay in school, graduate, go to college.
So you don't have to do this shit for hopefully a couple bucks on the Patreon. Patreon.com/everydaypodcast.
I do it for fun at home, so because I'm slightly insane.
The hot stuff?
I'm growing scorpions next year. I'm dumb. It's okay.
This shit should be illegal.
Yeah. Let me take another drink.
Let me get another freaking cupful. Oh.
I honestly don't remember the last time I had milk.
I can't tell you the last time I've had this much milk.
Oh, man. Oh.
Did you burp too?
I don't know what just fucking happened.
Did you
but
burp?
It was like, oh, by the way, I'm here
It
still.
repeated the cycle. Yep. Horrible.
I think we're okay, though.
I think I'm fine.
Are you?
Hell
no. Hopefully that was kind of entertaining. Oh, my God.
Excuse me. It sucks.
Hopefully that was kind of entertaining. If you want to call us bitches, please do.
I almost wiped my eyes.
Yeah, don't wipe your eyes. As always, like, share, subscribe, all that kind of stuff.
And go eat a Carolina Reaper cheese ball.
Yeah, again, patreon.com/averageafpodcast. We put a ton of bonus content on there. Every single person I messaged on the Patreon said they had no suggestions. They get a ton of content and things like that. But, oh, man.
It sneaks up on you every time you burp. It's so worse.
I am so here for this.
Oh, my God. It's just not
so
stopping. It is not stopping. Oh, now my orifices are watering.
I love it.
All right. Well,
that's so disgusting.
With that said, thank you guys for checking out episode 68.
Thank you all very much.
Yeah, buy merch, Patreon, all that kind of stuff. We're trying to get famous, so share our shit, subscribe, all that
Do
fun
it.
stuff. But other than that, guys, have a good night.
Until next week. Peace.